The Alabama prison organ harvesting scandal, a legal and ethical abyss. Imagine receiving a sealed bag of remains instead of your loved one's body. This is the reality for some families in Alabama who allege a horrifying truth: illegal organ harvesting within the state's prison system. A lawsuit is underway, and the implications are staggering. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. This legal battle pits 8 grieving families against powerful institutions. They seek justice for the alleged desecration of their deceased relatives. The defendants are the Alabama Department of Corrections, ADOC, and the University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB. These entities are accused of orchestrating and concealing the alleged organ harvesting scheme. The core allegation is chilling. Organs were illegally harvested from deceased inmates without the consent of their next of kin. This violates fundamental ethical and legal principles. The families further allege that the ADOC and UAB intentionally concealed their actions. This alleged cover-up deepens the sense of betrayal and injustice. Alabama state law mandates consent for organ retention. The lawsuit claims this law was blatantly disregarded. The defense argues that state immunity shields the ADOC and UAB. They cite a contract authorizing autopsies as justification. However, the judge ruled that state immunity doesn't apply if officials acted unlawfully, maliciously, or fraudulently. This is a crucial victory for the plaintiffs. The judge also dismissed the defense's statute of limitations argument. The alleged concealment of the crimes rendered the statute inapplicable. The plaintiffs argue that the contract between the ADOC and UAB was itself illegal. They claim it facilitated the alleged unethical practices. Furthermore, they assert that state law explicitly prohibits medical examiners from retaining organs without proper consent. This underscores the alleged illegality of the defendants' actions. The families are not just seeking monetary compensation. They want recognition of the profound harm they have suffered. Above all, they demand accountability for the alleged misconduct. They want those responsible to be held to account. The emotional toll on these families is immeasurable. Kelvin Moore's family, for example, received a sealed bag of remains, a stark symbol of the alleged disrespect shown to their loved one. The lawsuit suggests that financial incentives may have played a role. UAB's autopsy division reportedly received a significant portion of its income from ADOC autopsies. The organs of incarcerated individuals were allegedly valuable for study due to the prevalence of severe diseases within the prison population. This raises questions about potential exploitation. This case raises profound ethical concerns about the treatment of deceased inmates. Were they treated with dignity and respect, or were they seen as mere commodities? The potential exploitation of a vulnerable population is a central ethical issue. Inmates, often marginalized and disenfranchised, may have been targeted. A study presented to the Ethics Oversight Committee in 2018 highlighted the prevalence of severe diseases in incarcerated individuals. This study may have inadvertently fueled the alleged organ harvesting scheme. Medical students' findings on these diseases further underscored the potential value of inmate organs for research purposes. This raises concerns about the potential for bias and exploitation. Reports indicate that a significant portion of lung samples came from deceased inmates. This statistic raises serious questions about the source and consent process for these samples. The initial lawsuit consolidated claims from 8 families. This demonstrates the widespread nature of the alleged misconduct. 2 more families have since filed separate lawsuits with similar allegations. This suggests that the problem may be even more extensive than initially believed. Lauren Ferrano, representing the families, stated, "We are encouraged to see our legal system affirm that no one is above accountability. This reflects the family's hope for justice." Simone Moore, Kelvin Moore's relative, poignantly stated, "You're robbing the deceased. We're responsible for laying them to rest." This highlights the profound sense of violation felt by the families. Michael Strickland, another attorney representing the families, argued, "If this was occurring at a local hospital, if this was occurring at a local funeral home, the AG's office would be investigating it, not using their lawyers to defend it." This underscores the perceived double standard in how these allegations are being treated. The Alabama prison system has a long and troubled history of inadequate health care. This context is crucial to understanding the alleged organ harvesting scandal. Overcrowding, understaffing, and a lack of resources have created a crisis within the system. This crisis may have contributed to the alleged unethical practices. The lawsuit raises questions about the value placed on the lives of incarcerated individuals. Were they seen as expendable, their bodies ripe for exploitation? UAB's involvement in this case raises serious questions about its ethical responsibilities. As a leading medical institution, it has a duty to uphold the highest standards of conduct. Did UAB adequately oversee its autopsy division's practices? Did it ensure that proper consent was obtained for organ retention? The lawsuit alleges that UAB prioritized financial gain over ethical considerations. This is a serious accusation that demands thorough investigation. Informed consent is a cornerstone of medical ethics. It ensures that individuals have the autonomy to make decisions about their own bodies. The lawsuit alleges that this fundamental principle was violated in the case of deceased Alabama inmates. This is a grave breach of trust. The families argue that they were denied the opportunity to make informed decisions about their loved ones' remains. This denial has caused them immense pain and suffering. Transparency is essential for accountability. The ADOC and UAB must be transparent about their autopsy practices and organ retention policies. The lawsuit alleges that the defendants actively concealed their actions. This lack of transparency has fueled suspicion and distrust. The public has a right to know what happened within the Alabama prison system. A full and independent investigation is necessary. This scandal could have a chilling effect on organ donation rates. People may be hesitant to donate if they fear their organs will be harvested without their consent. It is crucial to reassure the public that organ donation is a safe and ethical practice. This requires addressing the allegations in Alabama and restoring trust in the system. The lawsuit faces significant legal challenges. The defendants are likely to continue to assert state immunity and other defenses. However, the judge's ruling denying the motion to dismiss is a positive sign for the plaintiffs. It suggests that they have a viable case. The legal battle could take years to resolve. The families are prepared to fight for justice, no matter how long it takes. This case has broader implications for civil rights. It raises questions about the rights of incarcerated individuals and the responsibility of the state to protect those rights. The lawsuit alleges that the ADOC and UAB violated the civil rights of deceased inmates and their families. This is a serious charge that demands attention. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for future lawsuits involving allegations of abuse and exploitation within the prison system. The media plays a crucial role in bringing this story to light. Investigative journalism can expose wrongdoing and hold powerful institutions accountable. The media must continue to report on this case and its implications. The public has a right to know what is happening within the Alabama prison system. The allegations of illegal organ harvesting in Alabama prisons are deeply disturbing. They raise fundamental questions about ethics, accountability, and the value of human life. The families deserve justice, and the system needs reform. Take action. Demand a full and independent investigation by the Alabama Attorney General's office. Contact your state representatives and urge them to support legislation that protects the rights of incarcerated individuals and their families. Share this video to raise awareness and help us hold those responsible accountable. Donate to organizations that support prison reform and advocate for the rights of inmates. Only through collective action can we ensure that such atrocities never happen again.